Welcome to Recalculating Route. I'm so glad you're here today. The funny thing is, I'm kind of not. See what happened is, okay, yeah, you feel this means the story's coming on. Okay, so the show is 6 o'clock on Wednesday nights. Well, guess what? There is also a football game tonight. And it is also my husband's birthday. And so, for the excitement of it, my husband and I were going to this football game of our high school, Alexandria Senior High School, in the state championship. Very cool, isn't that? Yeah. Now the challenge is that I found out that it was going to be raining and cold during this game. So a little of the enthusiasm evaporated at that point. But then I thought about it, and I have the most unique gift to give my husband for his birthday: pneumonia. So what the heck? I'm excited. We're going to be hitting that the road in just a little while, and I wanted to go ahead and have this show ready. So I wanted to tell you this is what the show is about today. The show is about resolutions. Actually, it's about how resolutions stink and how we should stop doing resolutions. I mean, come on. How many of you have had a resolution that you've broken by January 2nd? Yeah, I bet it's a whole bunch more of us that have had a resolution that we were still doing by December 31st. I'm just saying. So why set ourselves up for that kind of disaster or disappointment? I- Why not instead change up what we're doing? After all, isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome? Ta-da! So instead of resolutions, ladies and gentlemen, I offer to you an idea that I think will be a lot more fun. I've come up with 6 different ideas of things that you could replace New Year's resolutions with. And the cool thing is, you won't end up with a hangover. Well, unless you decide to drink when who cares? But they will give you some ideas of some things that are different, and you won't have to feel like a failure on January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or whatever day it is that you happen to break the resolution. So here are my 6 basic ideas that you can adapt and tailor however you want to. Okay, there is the bucket list, 30-day challenges, vision board, lessons learned, a focus word, and a 365 project. Ah, it looks like a good list. How about we get started and talk about some of these? The first one, yes, the bucket list. Okay, first thing I hate about bucket lists is everybody uses this in terms with, I want to do this before I die. That really makes it feel kind of negative. It just sucks some of the joy out of the idea for me. So instead, why not make a bucket list of possibilities for the coming year? So what you would do is you make this list of stuff that you want to do, and then you just pick out one. Whenever you're having a day where you feel like, hey, I want to do something, you pick one of your things out of your bucket list. Here's some ideas of some kind of creative ones that you could do, like learn a language. Now, this one could be pretty cool because you think about it. Nowadays, ugh, did I just say nowadays? Boy, does that make me sound like an old person or what? But anyway, nowadays on our phones, we have all these apps that can help you learn a language. So literally, you could just in your spare time, whoop, pick it up and start learning some other language, as long as you don't use curse words around people who speak that language. How about a movie or book list? Now, this is cool because what you could do is make a list of those movies that you've always heard were so good, or those books that you always meant to read, and then just kind of go through them throughout the year. Whenever you have a chance, pick up one of those and read it. By the end of the year, yeah, you feel like you're more in touch with the world, and you feel a little bit better because you've had a chance to sit still and read again, or sit still and watch a movie. Oh, this other one's good. Now, try new foods. Yeah, I know. This one adds calories. Who cares? It's our bucket list. We decide. The new food thing can be for eating new foods, or it could be trying cooking new foods. And that's kind of a cool idea to think about. I know some people that do things like, oh, they'll try a new fruit or vegetable every day for 30 days. Obviously, these people are far, far healthier than I am. But hey, whatever floats your boat. How about trying a hobby or a craft? Now, I think this is kind of cool because how many of us do not have the remnants of past hobbies in our houses somewhere. I know for me, okay, yeah, they're the knitting needles. There's that poor sewing machine that I have just destroyed so many times, and now it's all jammed up. I have no idea how to fix it. But those are the kinds of things you have sitting around. So how about going back and revisiting some of those old hobbies that you enjoyed in the past, or a brand new one? Or how about those gifts that you get that are so cool? And it's like different crafts and things you can create, and it's so cool. And then you get busy and you never open the box. It's time to open the box, people. So how about pulling one of those out? And those can be your things for your bucket list, is trying different hobbies and find out which one sticks. So you can get one that's a little bit better than beating your head against a brick wall, which really never works well for anybody. Taking classes is a great thing to have on your bucket list. Pick out some things you've always wanted to learn about. Pick out some new stuff that's going on, and take a class every so often. Boy, you feel smarter by the end of the year, and you've had a chance to really get through a bucket list of some things that might help you in the future. Oh, I love this next one. Write letters. Okay, the idea here is to make a list of people you would like to write letters to. It could be people who've made a difference in your life, people you're impressed with. Hey, it could be celebrities if you wanted. It could be people that you want to apologize to. Anything like that. Have this list, and then whenever you have time, sit down and write a letter. Now it needs to be handwritten, mind you, because typed is just not the same. If you don't have a lot to say to them, you could use a card so you don't have to write as much. But just doing the old school way of writing letters could be kind of nice. How about saving money, a certain amount of money? Decide the amount you want, and for your bucket list, put stuff in as often as you can. I don't care if it's nickels or dimes or whatever. Try to get to that amount. And your goal is, your bucket list thing is getting to that amount, and then you get to buy whatever the heck you want. I think that's kind of neat. It becomes like your own little savings plan, but at the same time, you get the reward once you've really done it. Another idea for your bucket list is finding new and unusual volunteer opportunities. There's so many people who need your help, and you can truly make a difference. And honestly, it makes a difference for you too. Think about it. When you volunteer, you can try out new skills that you wouldn't want to try out at your job because, well, your income is attached to those. So this is a chance to learn new skills. It's a chance to meet new people outside of your workplace or your house, if that's where you've been sequestered for so long. And it's a chance to make a difference in the world. I don't know if there's anything better that you could put on a bucket list than that. So these are some ideas of things that you can do throughout the year, instead of just saying, I'm going to do something and make it work, at the end of the year. No, you don't have to do that. Instead, doing things throughout the year that make you happy, and being able to pick and choose from the bucket list makes it really nice too. What's our next one? Let's see here. Oh, 30-day challenges. I liked this idea because it is a shorter challenge for those of us who are attention challenged, let's say, like me. So it's a 30-day challenge. Now, I do know some people who will actually do like 30-day challenges every month. So they'll do a different one each month. That's a little ambitious for me. I'm thinking that's not going to happen with me, but I'll do a couple of them. So like some of the things you could do, a decluttering challenge. That could be kind of fun. Goes with simplifying your life. So, like, every day for 30 days, you declutter a small space. For me, that one drawer in my kitchen could take all week, but that's okay. We spend time on decluttering every day for 30 days. By the end of this, you have a cleaner house, you have some donations to give away, and you feel kind of like, I might actually want to try this again during the year. Meditation. That's a wonderful 30-day challenge. With meditation, you can do it like 15 minutes and do it at the same time every day so you get in that habit. And it's just a great one to make yourself do every day for 30 days. Pretty sure it would continue beyond that because it will put you in a very good space emotionally, and it's every minute of it. Self-care time. This is a cool challenge too. It kind of goes along with some of the ideas of bucket list, but basically what you do is at the beginning of the time is you come up with a list of all kinds of things that are self-care for you. It's different for everybody. Some people think of jogging as self-care time. I personally think of that as torture. So instead it be stuff that you like to do. It could be reading, maybe it's going to a movie alone, or maybe it's a bubble bath or something like that. But you make this list of all these things that you like to do for you, and then for 30 days, every single day, you pick one of those out of the bucket and you use it and you do that thing so that by the end of 30 days, you have done something for yourself every single day that month. Wow. Talk about feeling like royalty when that month is over with. A great 30-day challenge is journaling. I like this one because, well, honestly, journaling has made a huge difference in my life. Uh, I do morning pages where when you get up in the morning and you got all that junk in your head, all those dreams that you had, all those thoughts about what you have to do today. And so your mind kind of feels blurry. I sit down and in morning pages, you just get it out of your system. You start writing, you write, you write, you write until you kind of clear out your head. And it is amazing for giving you clearer thinking and focus. I guarantee you, if you do this one for 30 days, you will want to continue doing that. Random acts of kindness. Now, if you do this one, you have got to journal it and tell us about what you do, because I think this is like the coolest idea. Um, every day for 30 days, you figure out different kinds of random acts of kindness to do for people that you see, or even people you don't see if it's on the internet, who cares? But you do something different every single day, and at the end of the month, you look back on it, and boy, if you don't pat yourself on the back, we will, because that's an awesome one to think about. A 30-day challenge of learning something new every day. I like this one because what you do is you basically keep track of things that you're learning. You stop and say, okay, I watch YouTubes on how to do stuff. That's learning something new. I read a book and it had this information in it. I took a class, that kind of thing. So consciously recognizing everything that you learn for 30 days will make you realize that learning is an ongoing process and it's one that really makes you feel powerful. Okay, this next one, I know half of you are going, oh no, she got to the affirmation thing. Okay, okay, wait. We have to reframe how we think about affirmations. Okay? Affirmations are not supposed to be like what you remember the old ones. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. I'm sure that's a real nice one for some people. It's not for me. For me, affirmations are positive self talk. And I think if you look at it this way, you'll find it to be a lot more valuable. Think about it. You are so good at negative at negative self-talk. Just like just then, I'm going, oh gosh, you messed it up. Oh yeah, we're good at that. We mess stuff up, and we tell ourselves, how about flipping the switch? And for 30 days, catch yourself doing things right, and tell yourself, I did a good job on that. There's so many things that you probably think, if somebody else did this, I would think that was really good. Well, okay. How about saying it? You did something really good. So just starting to notice the things that you do that are good and giving yourself some serious positive self-talk for 30 days can definitely make you a more confident person. Help that self-esteem too. And then, of course, a simple 30-day challenge is steps. I will do this many more steps tomorrow than I did yesterday. I will do so many steps a day, however you want to do it. That's a good one because it makes you healthy at the same time as doing the challenge. So these are nice short challenges for those of us with our limited attention spans. And when the month is over, we can decide if we want to do another one or take a break or say, hey, one this year was good enough. Just keep your expectations simple on these things. What's our next one? Let's see. Vision board. Okay, there I go woo woo again. Now you're saying, oh Lord, she's gone new age on me. Okay, what is a vision board? It is simply a visual representation of the things that are important to you. You know, you find out what you want to work towards in some of these areas, like we have listed here. What do you want to do for yourself? How about your relationships? How would you like to grow? What would you like to do for your health? How about a career goal or a financial goal? Or maybe there's just some stuff you want. What you do with a vision board is you pick out those things that are really important to you and you find a picture or words or anything that represent that make you really think about it. And then you put it up somewhere where you see it every day. And whenever you walk by it, you look at that and go, oh, yeah, that's right. That's something I wanted to do. Or you'll stop and say, hey, I did such and such, and that's going to help with that. So it keeps it in the forefront of your thoughts instead of letting your goals get pushed to the back like they do so often when we're in the midst of life. So a vision board is just a great reinforcement to keep you on track towards the things that really matter to you. Doesn't matter what kind of pictures they are, doesn't matter where it is, just needs to be someplace that you can look at it. And how about every week if you just stick in your journal what you've done that might actually be working you towards some of those special goals? Something to keep in mind, a nice thing to be able to do on New Year's Eve. And the next day you won't wake up with a hangover unless you choose to drink while doing your vision board, which there is nothing wrong with that. But, it might change the way your board looks, but that doesn't matter. So just a thought for a nice New Year's Eve activity. Lessons learned. Now, this is a great idea because honestly, we are learning lessons every single day. Things go right, great. Things go wrong, we learn a lesson. So how about if you made lessons learned your activity for the new year? And this is kind of neat. I mean, it's not a resolution. It's kind of an adventure to realize what things are happening in your life and what things have been going on. So you could do this in a journal where you just journal stuff, everything that you've seen or learned about. You could do it in the format for future generations, your kids, your grandkids. Every week, write down, here's some things I learned so they don't have to learn everything firsthand. Or maybe if you're taking classes or you're reading books, how about just capturing some of those lessons learned in a journal every week so that when you come to the end of the year, you have this great thing full of information that you've learned. A wonderful lessons learned practice is gratitude. Lessons learned in gratitude, um, recognizing things that you're grateful for, just anything to do with making you more appreciative of the things you have in life can be a wonderful way to do that. Now, the other four of these over here on the other side, professional insights, any topic, experience, or how to stuff. Cool idea here is start tracking and writing down any lessons learned in any area that you're interested in. Keep doing it. And so help me, even if you do this once a week and just put a couple of things in there, think about it. By the end of the year, you have almost like a book written. And that would be a cool way to have spent the year, gathering information that you could use to do a book or a class or anything like that. So just something to keep in mind. Your lessons learned are ones that you could share with other people. Next page. Oh, the focus word. Yeah, I know some people who do this so well. They really they pick their word and they truly live it. And basically, it's like taking the vision board down to one specific thing. It's a way that you keep it in the front of your thoughts at all times. After a year like we've had, I think renew will be a really good focus word for next year. Let's just kind of all reinvent ourselves. Learning is a wonderful focus word because you're always reminding yourself to learn. Simplify. That kind of goes with that declutter, doesn't it? Yeah, simplify would be a really nice focus word because I think probably if you're like me, I make things a lot more difficult than they need to be. Maybe that's one I need to work on. Thankful, wonderful focus word. Joy, forgive, mindful. There is a cool site, and I will say, full disclosure here, I have not gone through all the steps of it. I just looked over it, and it looked kind of interesting. One word 365.com. And apparently what people do here is they go there and they put their focus word on there, and then they can put notes on there, kind of keep up with it, but they're also with a like-minded community of people who are doing the same thing. So that could be kind of a cool thing to try out. If you do, please come back and tell us how it worked, because I'd like to know more about that. And the 365 project. This is our number 6 idea. This is cool because as opposed to a resolution where it's all about the outcome at the end, a 365 project is 365 days of an adventure. It is recognizing and appreciating every moment, not looking past it trying to get to the end, to what your resolution was supposed to have been. So instead, it's things like write one page a day. You writers, think about it. One page a day. At the end of the year, you have 365 pages. That's a nice size book. But I mean, it doesn't even have to be a book. It could be about anything. Just write one page a day. Get that writing habit going. I love this one. Some people will do where they take a photo every day for 365 days and they post it. Be kind of cool, wouldn't it, if you put this together with like a positive thought, and every day put that photo up on social media with a positive thought. Yeah. The 365 project can also be declutter one area, and I'm talking tiny areas because you're going to be doing it every day. So it could be when you're sitting on your couch straightening up the end table, but decluttering one tiny area every day. Wow. Of course, the problem with me is I declutter it and then I clutter it right back up. I'd end up doing the same area over and over again, but I could try this. Walking is always a good 365 project. Making someone smile. That would be cool for 365 days. Every single day, you find a way to make somebody smile. Could be online, could be in person, could be on the telephone, could be you're just nice to the telemarketer instead of saying bad things to them. I don't know, but finding a way to make somebody smile every single day. I'd like that. I'd like that if somebody did that for me. Um, okay, 365 project is doing that self-care list, but try doing it for a whole year where every day you do something for you. Yeah, who deserves it more? Create something. Now that could be kind of cool when you think about it, because it could be from as simple as a paper airplane, all the way to maybe it's a meal that you create, or maybe you sew something, or maybe you paint something, or just anything. But every day for 365 days, you create something. It'd be fun. And a nice project to try is following a morning routine or an evening routine or break routine, whatever, but just creating some time of day where you do a certain thing. Maybe it's on your break that you walk for 15 minutes. Maybe it's in the morning that the first thing you do is you get up and you drink a glass of water. That's supposed to be really good for you. Stuff like that. But just create some routine and do it every day for the next year and then see what that does for you. So it's all about the adventure, the journey. It's not about getting a resolution and making it happen. This is for us. And so it shouldn't be a chore every year when we decide to do this. And honestly, you know what? New Year's resolutions don't have to be at the beginning of the year. You can have a resolution any time of year that you want to have a reboot, that you want to reinvent yourself, that you want to restart, that you say, past couple of weeks have been really rotten. I think I'll start over. And that's a great way to be able to do it. Just find one of these things that works for you and go for it and see if it makes a difference for you. But basically, what I'd say is Forget the New Year's resolutions. This could be much, much more fun for a new start for you. I thank you so much for joining me for Recalculating Route today. I will be back next week, hopefully not with pneumonia, and hopefully we'll get a chance to visit on another topic. I thank you so much for being a part of the show, and have a great day and a great 2021 ahead.